Yeah, she's my girlfriend right now. What do you think of her?
Yeah, I don't really like her. I don't really like the way she acts, she does things, and I think I don't think you're gonna marry her.
For that. But
Still remember our first vacation together, you know?
in Italy.
Italy, when we were 16.
When we were 16.
Unforgettable trip.
Like I was the main topic to talk shit about in high school. I don't know why, but it's just I did not give a shit, but he always had my back. I mean, we were started in the stock market together when we were 16 years old.
Yep.
But we're not allowed to trade, so we literally took your dad's bank account.
What that?
Our marriage talks.
The marriage talks. Yes.
Can you explain them? Let's dive into it.
Let's get it.
All right, we've been best friends right now for the past 8 years through thick and thin. We will share our insights, thoughts, and experiences that helped us made it this far. This is my best friend right here.
Yes. Hi guys, I'm Fabio, Job's best friend for the past 8 years.
And he still made it through. In this video, we will dive into how that was even possible because we've experienced a lot together. The things we will dive into are a couple of subjects. We will dive into communication, commitments, and being on the same page. After this video, you will know how those distinctions, how those topics can build sustainable and good relations in your life as well. First of all, communication. I mean, when it comes to communication, we have a couple of distinctions, I would say, that helped a lot. Can you name one?
Yeah, for example, I think one of the most important ones for us is honesty.
Definitely.
Being honest to each other, yeah.
And it's not about being just honest, but it's like brutally honest.
Radically almost honest.
Almost radically honest, because at some point, like, I had an ex-girlfriend. I mean, she's not a girlfriend anymore. I had an ex, and you had an opinion about her.
Yeah, I did have an opinion about her.
So I think we were dating for a couple of months back then.
Yeah.
And you've met her at one point and like, yeah, she's my girlfriend right now. What do you think of her?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't really like her, Job. Straight to his face and just said, Job, I don't really like her. I don't really like the way she acts, she does things, and I think I don't think you're gonna marry her. I think that's what I said in the lines of that. I don't think you're gonna marry her.
Me having a fresh new girlfriend, and she did not last, so he was right. So f you for that. But that's the thing. Like it lasted for a year, so yeah. But he was radically honest, and even like after a while. You know, when he really tried to get to know her and be interested in that kind of things.
Yeah.
And then I asked again, and then you still said like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I make an opinion about somebody, I gotta at least try, you know, not get out of the bias and then try it with her. But no, unfortunately, she was not right for you, and we found that out. But yeah, honesty, yeah.
Honesty, just radical honesty, and same about you.
I mean, it is your normal way of communicating. Like, I cannot give you an exact example because this is just the way he communicates with me and anybody. He's a real Dutchman in that way.
Really direct, really straightforward.
Yeah. If something is not right about what I'm doing or how I'm acting, it's just like, hey, Fabio, this is this. I don't like this. You gotta change this. How do you think yourself about this? And then I go thinking, yeah. He's right about this. He's right about this.
For example, you were in America for a year?
Half a year.
Half a year. You were in America for half a year. And before you went to America for half a year, you also said to me that you had certain goals that you want to hit and certain things that you want to hit. But your actions towards hitting that goal was not...
They were not there. I was not making any actions towards those goals. And you told me I wasn't, and you were brutally honest there, yeah.
And then I'm the guy like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Because it does not make any sense. You're saying this and you're doing the opposite. So if you really want to hit your goals, this is not the way that you're gonna hit them. And you did not hit them.
Because I did not took the actions.
But at least, I mean, we had open communication about that and we're honest about that.
Yeah, we had a big conversation about it when I got back, and I feel like after that we got way better at it. I started taking more actions, so that's a big step, big leap towards my goals that I hopefully will hit this year. Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure you will know about that.
And that's why we're best friends.
Cool. And also, like, another point of that is we used to have this thing, because I think now we're more mature in our communication, like we're way more direct.
Yeah.
But at a point, we had this thing called our marriage talks.
The marriage talks. Yes.
Can you explain them?
So with our marriage talks, we'll just go on our bicycles or something, or just sit on a bench and just be completely honest towards each other and be completely open about it. It's like, okay, let's have a marriage talk. This and this I do not like. It's starting to irritate me, or something else. And we would just completely talk it out, and we would always be open about it. That's a big important thing in a friendship thing. Be open about it, about criticism, about anything. So if I say, Job, I don't like your ego right now. Please calm down a little bit, you know?
And that was literally what he said, because at one point he said, like, in the past 2 conversations that we have, or in the past 5, or I don't even know the exact number, but it's like you only talked about yourself.
Yeah.
So your ego is too big right now. Fuck you. you're just being a dick.
Yeah. Exactly like that. Yeah. And it happened for both sides. Like, I did not ask questions to him for a while. My ego was too big or something, you know. This happened to us, and then we had a marriage talk to talk about any part of it that we didn't like, and then after that we're completely cleared, you know.
Yeah, and that's the thing about communication. Like, it's not only direct communication and just honest communication, but it's also open communication.
Yeah.
But it's not like, oh, fuck you, you're a prick. No, it's literally like, yo, this makes me feel shit.
Yeah.
And talk about our feelings as well, and bonding that way as well. So it's not only the rough side of it, but also the soft, gentle side of really talking things out.
Yeah.
Like real marriage
Real
people.
Yeah. But I mean, you're hard on the problems, but soft on the person, because that's kind of what it is. This is the behavior that we don't like, but you're still my fucking best friend, you know. So
Yeah.
we still want to solve it. We're not like, I want to get my anger out to you and then not solve anything. No, we want to be better at it and become better friends after this.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the most important distinctions within communication, that it's open and honest.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, you're an ugly guy. Based on what? No, fuck that. That does not make any
What
sense.
can I change? What is ugly about it? You know, what can I change about it? No.
Being open and being honest about how you feel, about what it does to you, and also why it needs to change. Like, have the depth in the conversation, within the communication that you have with the other person. I think that's, the distinction of communication.
Yeah.
Also the willingness to really understand the other person.
Yeah, definitely, because you both want to solve something here,
Yeah.
and you want to become better. You want to solve the problems that you have to make you feel better, and the other person as well.
Yes. Just like, if I don't try to understand your perspective, and you don't try to understand mine, we will never solve the problem, or we will never be on the same page.
Yeah.
Even if we're open, even if we're honest, if I'm not trying to understand the feeling that you're having, what you're open about, like, why did you hate my girlfriend? Why? It's just how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
Or it's important for me that you like her, for example, and then, okay, I will really try to, and sometimes things are just not there, and that's fine. But
Exactly. No, you know, that's always some of the things that we always say to each other is, you know me better than I know me, you know? You know me better than I know myself. That's what I'm trying to say here. And the same thing the other way around, because we understand each other's perspectives and how we think.
And that's literally the thing. Like, sometimes I know better how to make choices for you than you, and sometimes you know better how to make choices for me
Exactly.
than myself. And
Yes.
that's just because we always try to understand each other. So when
Exactly. We're always willing to understand the other perspective for each other.
So when you break down communication in a couple of topics, it's being open, being honest about everything and the willingness to try to understand the other person.
And try to help them in their communication and in their life, basically.
Yeah, because that's what you're friends for. That's
what you're
how you
friends
build
for.
a sustainable relation. At
Exactly.
least it works for the past 8 years. So we're not really experts here. And then we come down to the next topic, commitments.
Commitments. Ooh.
Because in a relation, we figured out that you're always committed to something. For example, on each other's greatness. When you're trying to hit your goals, but you did not hit them,
Yeah.
I am committed on your greatness, so I need to be open in my communication. But you're not putting in the actions. I'm committed on your greatness. In this way, you're not gonna hit your goal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the most important. You wanna see the other person do better, maybe even better than yourself in that moment. Like you see that he has this ambition to go there, but nothing is happening. As what happened with me, and then he was like, "Come on, Fabio, you wanna do this and this and this. You say this, but you're not doing anything. I'm committed to you. You literally said, I'm committed to your greatness. I want you to go there and get better at it. And if I do not make that commitment myself, you have to do it. You have to help me with it. That's yeah.
And it's also partly like committed on each other's happiness, committed on what's the best thing for that person at that certain moment.
Yeah.
If you know each other well enough, but it's also always with the right intention of heart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can also start to understand what's most important to that person in the moment.
Yeah.
Is it that you need more happiness, or is it that you need more pushing to go, for example, to the gym, become bigger? Like, this is your goal. I need to push you. Come on. Go to the gym. I know exactly what kind of personal traits I should hit on you to get you to push there. To get there.
Yeah,
and the same with happiness or anything. Yeah.
And that's because you're trying to understand. So it also comes back to a way of communicating as well. But also the way you're committed to the other person, on their greatness, on their happiness, but also on making memories and making the time that you have spent together count.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been on countless vacations together, and we still like to do all kinds of things.
Yeah. Still, we can still remember our first vacation together,
In Italy.
When we were 16.
When we were 16.
Unforgettable trip.
and that's the thing, like, you're committed to each other's greatness, you're committed to each other's happiness, but also committed to make great memories together.
Yeah.
To make the time that you have together count. And committed on having each other's back. And I think one thing's for sure, that this guy is an expert in having your back. Because when we're in high school, I used to be the weird theater kid everybody has an opinion about, and everybody thought, yeah, he's just weird and he's a gay guy, and everybody, why the fuck are you friends? Because you're the complete opposite. And well, it lasts for 8 years right now, so we're doing something good. But no matter what people said about me behind my back, because I don't know, people are just weak as he always had my back. Yeah, but he is just liking the theater right now. No, I can tell you one thing for sure. He is not gay because of it. You don't even know the half of it. Like, no matter what people say about me, no matter what I do, you always support me and you always have my back. And people talked a lot of shit about me. Like,
oh yeah.
Like I was the main topic to talk shit about in high school. I don't know why, but it's just it attracted me to talk shit about me. I did not give a shit, but he always had my back, and that's also a kind of commitment that you have to the other person, to their goals, to their values, to the thing that they're working on.
Definitely. Like just for you guys is not. I was the guy that was playing football, I'm that kind of guy. I hated theater. I didn't like it at all. The only time I liked it was when he was playing. That was the only time I would like it. I would travel 2 hours to go to his shows. To go to your school there and see the shows, even though I absolutely hated theater.
But yeah, you still came to support and to have my back.
Exactly.
And, the same with, like, okay, it took a bit longer, but I also went to one of your football games.
Yes.
And not American football, like soccer, the European way of football.
The real football.
And I hate football. Like, I have nothing with soccer. I don't give a shit about it, just not at all. but I still game to your game.
Yes.
Because I'm supporting you as a friend. And when we talk it out like this, we really sound like a fucking married couple.
We are. I'm gonna ask you to marry me later.
Yeah, in the end of the video. Stay till the end of the video because he's not gonna ask me to marry him.
Don't worry, guys.
No, it's fine. then your girlfriend will be angry.
She probably will.
And that also brings us to the next chapter, and that's being on the same page.
Yeah.
Because you can have open communication, you can have each other's back, you can be committed to each other in a way. And if you're not on the same page, it does not really count. It does not really matter that much. And being on the same page is also like divided in a couple of topics.
Yeah, definitely.
For example, values.
Yeah, definitely on values. Like, so we can go back to the story about when I was living in America. I had very different values at the moment than Job. Job was hustling and doing everything with business, making money. While I was there drinking my ass off, partying the week, not doing anything related to except my goals. Back to the goals. And at that moment, we were not on the same page at all.
No, and that's the thing. Like, if you're not on the same page, you literally talk a different language.
Yeah.
And when you came back, we had one of our marriage talks.
Exactly, because we felt like we were drifting away from each other.
We were literally drifting apart. Like, and I just told you, like, again in the open and honest, like, those are my values right now. Those are the things I'm searching for in a friendship. And if you're not that, I still love you as a brother, and it's all fine. But then maybe it's time to separate a bit more.
Yeah.
And if you don't align on those values, because the person that you were in America does not align with the life that I want to build right now for myself. So it does not align with the commitment I have on your greatness and the commitment you would have on mine. Mm-hmm. So like it did not align. So being on the same page and talking about your values, the things that you want to go to, is a really important thing.
Yeah.
And another thing about that is just the vision that you want to go to. Like, where do you want to go towards? Because when we are in high school, we were always talking about business or like
Real estate, stocks, everything.
And we always had like this big vision, like, oh, we're gonna start a company together, we're gonna do this together, we're gonna do that together. Or we had a vision, we had something we want to go towards. And I think in every relation, it's no matter if it's with your girlfriend, with your best friend, every relation, it's really important to have a vision and to have something to work towards.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we were started in the stock market together when we were 16 years old.
Yep.
But we're not allowed to trade, so we literally took your dad's bank account.
my dad's stock trading account, exactly. Just give him the instructions.
Like, Francesco, we want you to do this.
I was like, Dad, can you please buy this at this stock at this price and then sell it at this price and this price again?
But we had a vision within that. We had this big dream back then to have our own trading firm. And I mean, I'm not interested right now in that at all. But I mean, now again, when we talked about it, we had great visions together. We're more on the same page, but also on our habits. Like, not only the values, not only the visions, but also the habits. Like, the habits you had in America were
drinking, eating fast food, partying. Those were mostly the values that were there at the moment. I did not do anything else.
And right now, like, when you're back in the Netherlands, or even when we spend time more together or whatever, it's more like, okay, so you want to hit new records in the gym, you want to invest in business more, you want to do this and that. Okay, cool. So what are the actions you need to take? What are the habits you need to build? Because if you're not on the same page with your habits, with your values, with your vision, why are you friends then?
Yeah.
Why do you have that relation in that way?
Yeah, exactly. What value do you give each other in that way as well?
Yeah, and especially like if you're committed to the other person.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. It's not gonna be a 50-50, you know? If we do not give value to each other. Maybe at this moment you can give me more value in a business way, but I can give you more value in a happiness way, for example. So it's gonna be in that way maybe 50-50, or in some way it's going to be 60-40 or 70-30.
Yeah, but
it's dynamic.
That's the thing. Like, you need to be additional to each other. You need to help each other up every tiny bit, because if you just tear each other down in your relation, then why do you have that relation if it's not beneficial for both of you?
Is it just benefiting your ego, or are you actually getting better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also, what do you tolerate of each other?
Yeah.
Because I did not tolerate your behavior when you're in America. That's what we have in our marriage talk. Like, I did not tolerate that. I'm like, fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
If you want to live your life that way, I still love you and it's still fine. But please do not add that kind of life to me, because that's not how I want to live it.
Yeah.
It's not committed on my greatness. It's not within the same vision. It's not within the same value proposition. It's not, well, the communication was still there, but I think that's like the strong point to pinpoint through each other's bullshit. Because, and be honest, I mean, maybe you were kind of lost when you're there.
I mean, I had a good time there. I had fun. Did everything I ever wanted to do there. When I came to do there. But as you come back to the other topics we discussed, you know me better, that I wanted a different life than what that I was living there. That's not the life that we visualized for ourselves when we were having those talks together, you know, when we were younger.
Yeah, and it's still like, you literally told me that you had this emptiness inside of you when you were living that life. I'm like, yeah, of course you have that, because look at what you're doing and look at how ambitious you are and look at where you want to go to, because that does not add up. It does not mix up together. And right now, I mean, to be honest, you're on a good track right now. You're doing good things. You're actually building on something. And he literally told me today that the emptiness he had when you were in America, even though you had fun, of course.
Yeah.
That the emptiness is filled up right now, and that you have more energy.
Definitely, yeah.
You get up
more
earlier.
Purpose. Yeah, exactly. I get up at 6 a.m. instead of going to bed at 6 a.m. You know, I don't go clubbing anymore. I don't do anything of any of those.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe the core of a good relation. I mean, being on the same page, being committed to each other, and having good communication. Like, those are basic principles, basic distinction. But in the end, it's about just helping each other up and being there for each other and
making each other better.
So
definitely,
I think that's it. If this video was valuable for you, don't forget to like, don't forget to
subscribe,
and leave a comment if you think Fabio needs to come back in another video as well. Then I would say, I hope this was valuable for you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, subscribe, do anything, do a little rain dance. I don't care. And visionaries, we check you later.
Ciao guys.